I am going to show you how to link the questions in your written commentary to the standards that are required for the component you're working on. In this case, we're working on component 2. Here I am on the first time and returning candidate resources page. If I scroll down to the bottom, I'm going to choose my discipline, and for me that's music. I'm going to choose my developmental level, and for me that's EMC, early and middle childhood. And then I need to open up component 2, which I've done already because my internet is very slow, so you don't need to wait while my internet works on that. Here it is, component 2 instructions. And if I scroll down to the bottom of page 1 and the top of page 2, you see here are standards. Now I've already filled out my standard organizer, and over here on the side is the far left column of my standard organizer where I have pasted in all these standards: knowledge of students, knowledge of and skills in music, planning and implementing assessment, and so on and so forth. If I scroll further down in my component 2 instructions, I come to my written commentary questions. Composing written commentary and what to include in your written commentary. And all these indented paragraphs with italic writing, those are all the questions that you will be asked to answer in your written commentary. And you can highlight those, copy them, and then paste them into a document, which I've already done for you. So here I have my questions, and here I have my standard organizer with the standards. So what I want to do now is I want to figure out which standard is attached to which question calls for which standards. So let's take a look at the first one. What are the grades and ages of the students featured in this video, and what is the title of the class? That's knowledge of students. So I'm going to right here put a 1 period, a capital I period. How often do you meet with this class? How many class periods were devoted to implementation? That's all asking, that's all just description. Let's go down to this question here. What particular instructional needs do these students represent? What talents or challenges, if any, have impacted their relative level of musicianship? All right, so again, I think that's knowledge of students. So I'm going to put a 1 in for what particular instructional needs do these students represent. How about if I go down to the next set of questions? Referring specifically to the first video segment, what are the qualities of the students' individual performances, participation, or skills that directly impacted your planning? Well, to me, that's referring to standard 3, which is planning and implementing assessment. So I'm going to put my 3 in. If I look further on, I say, what was the goal of this unit? Well, now I'm thinking that involves my knowledge of students, and which is standard 1, and it also involves my knowledge of and skills in music, and it also involves facilitating music learning. So I'm going to put a 1, a 2, and a 4 in. So that's how I can identify which standards I need to be focusing on for which questions.